What's up? We're going to see if somebody come in here. I ain't been live in a minute, but I posted something today. And a lot of y'all had a whole lot to say on my Facebook page, so I wanted to talk about it on Facebook. So we're going to see if some folks come up in here. We got one folk in the house. Where the rest of the folks at? 2 folks in the house. Come on, can we get 3 folks in the house? Facebook be on some bullshit, y'all. I got altogether, 5,000 friends, 20-something thousand subscribers, and they just be playing with all my posts. So I haven't been live here in our God in forever. But I posted something today, a video that I made. And out of all the platforms I put it on, the people on Facebook, y'all was the ones who was so offended. So I figured I'd talk to y'all dumbasses, okay? So let's talk about the post that I put up today, my video. I put up a video talking about politics and us being upset about Breonna Taylor and us, as black people, we're always sitting up here making black folks feel bad, talking about vote or die, vote or die. You need to vote. If you don't vote, don't say nothing. And I just want to tell y'all how I'm going to try and be nice because, see, I really don't. I don't have no coof about me, so I'm not going to call y'all dumb. I'm going to use the word ignorant, okay? So I just want to talk to black folks who tend to, first of all, took my video and you got your little panties and shit in a bunch talking about you are well uninformed, so you going to vote for Trump. Motherfucker, I never said none of that. I never said none of that. Then one of y'all came on here and was like, I'm so tired of these pro-blacks telling black folks not to vote. We got to get Trump out. The reason we didn't vote before, so that's how Trump got in the White House. Let me first of all inform your dumb asses, that is not how Trump got in the White House. You do know that Hillary actually won. Vote for vote. Right? Hillary won. Dumbasses. She had more votes than Trump. But what she got was the Electoral College. What he got. Do you understand what that means? He won certain states that gave him the right to fake ass votes that don't come from a real person. Y'all don't understand how the Electoral College works? So really, black folks did vote and Hillary didn't win, even though she literally got more votes than Trump. Y'all don't understand that, huh? See, this is the problem with black people. We sit up here and we're always walking around letting other people tell us how to think and what to do. We don't do any damn research ourselves. We speak and open our mouths all the time about things that we don't understand. We are so quick to regurgitate the same rhetoric we hear other people say, whether you know if it's true or not. So let's start with, first of all, talking about Hillary. I'm glad Hillary didn't win. Y'all don't know who Hillary is? You don't understand anything about her? This is the saddest thing I think about black people when it comes to politics. We have people who already have records. You can go study their past. They've been in politics for a long time. So there is no guessing about what they will do. You can actually go look up what the hell they've done. So y'all would have rather had Hillary? You mean Hillary like Mr. Biden, who was all down with the crime bill? You mean the crime bill that put all kind of black people in jail serving life when they did not kill anyone? So let me take you way back, like Black Street in this motherfucker. Let's go way back into time. For all of y'all that don't know what the crime bill was when they started giving people 3 strikes, you're out, which affected black people more than anybody else. You do understand those 3 strikes with 3 felonies. Do you understand that felonies can be non-violent crimes? I'm going to need the ignorant folks that had so much to say on my post earlier to show your ass up now. Let's have a conversation. Where you at now? Right? Which affected black people more than anybody else. We could go on and on and on. I suggest you go and study the Clintons. Fuck just Hillary. Go study the Clintons' background, period. Right? So all of this, we need to vote. If you don't vote, don't say shit. How many years have black folks been voting? Y'all do know that in the 90th percentile, we automatically vote Democrat. Because what we do is we do no research. We walk into the polls, into the booth. And guess what we do? We just check blue all the way down the thing. And you don't even know who the hell these people are. You don't even know what their politics are. You don't even know what they're promising us. You don't know anything about them. But because they blue, you do it. Well, let me take you back some more. How many of you know that the Democratic Party is actually where the KKK was birthed? You don't know? I suggest you do your research. See, I'm really tired of ignorant ass motherfucking people because this day and age, we're in the age of what's called technology and knowledge. That little handheld device that you have in your hand that you decided to use to get on my post earlier and hear what the fuck you want to hear instead of what I actually said, you can use that same device and you can use Google and you can go look all of this up. There was a time when black people were Republicans in this country, and there was a time when the Ku Klux Klan was birthed out of the Democratic Party. You don't know that? Like, the Democratic Party literally has ties to the Ku Klux Klan. Oh, but y'all don't know that. Where are all the people who had so much to say earlier on my post? Let's talk about Biden and Kamala for a moment. Y'all want Kamala in the White House? Why? Why? Come on. Please tell me that y'all don't know about Kamala. Y'all don't study nothing. Y'all ignorant as hell, and we love to live in our ignorance. But I think the sadder thing is that in our ignorance, we so quick to say some shit or spew some stuff, and we say it like we know what we talking about, and you don't know what you talking about at all. So you down with Kamala? So for all of you folks, black people who are, in your communities, and you have to go to work because you're the only parent and your child is at home alone, and so your child starts skipping. See, I'm not going to go too deep on y'all because of the school to prison pipeline, which works at pushing your children out into the streets so that they are not in school. Guess what Kamala wanted to do? Guess what Kamala actually did? She put black women in prison and gave them charges for their children skipping school. That's what you want in the White House? And some of y'all was on my post. Y'all was riding for Biden. Like, I don't care what you say. I'm voting for Biden and Kamala 2020. I hating. Look, internet trying to hate on my live. We back in full effect. Look, the internet hating. That's the Democrats' fault too. No, I'm just playing. You can blame that shit on everybody. Now, let me make something clear. I'm not telling you that I'm down with Republicans either. I didn't say that at all. But every time I say something about the truth about the Democratic Party that I think we should be aware of, because for far too long we have blindly voted Democrat without requiring either party, Democrats or Republicans, to give us anything of real substance, and we give them our vote anyway. So please quit misconstruing what I've said. I told y'all that both parties ain't shit, and that is the truth of the matter. And you don't get to keep telling me that there's something wrong with me saying that when it's the truth. Now let me tell you something about, before we go to Biden, let's finish talking about Kamala. Kamala is a disrespectful ass little bitch, okay? So Kamala, first of all, has never admitted to being black. She's always claimed her Indian heritage. Now all of a sudden she's black when it's convenient. When it's convenient. Somebody says so does 45. If you're talking about Trump, the one thing about Trump is that he hasn't been in politics for 46 years like Biden. So we're going to talk about Biden's history in a moment. Okay? So Kamala has been pandering to black people. The chick want to come out with nappy edges. She trying to dance to Cardi B when Cardi B ain't black either, and y'all dumbasses is falling for it. The heifer turned around and she running off planes with Tim's on. So all she got to do is wear some Timbs. All Hillary had to do was put some hot sauce in her bag because Beyonce got hot sauce in her bag, so y'all thought that shit was cool. So now Kamala running around here trying to say she black now. And it's not a matter if she black or not. The bottom line of it is that she's never claimed her blackness. Second of all, when you talk about her blackness, it comes from her Jamaican father, I believe. And if you go back and look at her father, I was told that her father was in a long line of lineage of motherfuckers who owned slaves and plantations. Go do your motherfucking research. Kamala don't give no damn about black people. Kamala has actually enacted laws that have done damage to black people specifically. Do your damn homework. Now let's talk about Biden. Biden has been in politics longer than I've been alive, and I'm 41 years old. Biden has been in plenty of times, and you guys haven't done your research on Biden. Biden has done plenty of things to directly tear down black people. Directly. Why don't you just do a little bit of Googling, and you can go find an old video of Biden where he is sitting on the floor talking to the rest of the Congress and everybody, and he says, we already have one nigger mayor. We don't need any more niggers in politics, or whatever the fuck he said. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm telling you one word I didn't get wrong, which was nigger. And this was quite a few years back. Why don't you go and do your research? So while you're upset at me for giving you the truth about Democrats, I don't know what your problem is other than the fact that you conditioned, buck-broken, plantation-ass, house niggas who get upset whenever anybody tells you any truth about your master. That's what the problem is. Go find me somewhere where other people in politics have straight up called black folks niggas on camera. Biden did. And it's not that hard to find. So you sitting here telling me you mad because I'm telling you that the Democrats ain't doing shit for us. Stop acting like they gonna save us. And neither one of these parties is doing anything great for us. And you literally have this man that you want to be president on video from many years ago calling black folks niggers. Nigger. Go Google it. Then come back and talk some more shit on my post. You uneducated, ignorant ass people. This is what your problem is. Y'all was upset at what I said. Now let me rehash what I did say. Is that we're sitting around here marching and protesting about Breonna Taylor's situation. We're upset. But I want to know what the fuck you think marching and protesting is gonna do. We've been doing this shit since the civil rights. Please tell me where the fuck we've gotten since we've been doing this. Who the fuck keeps bringing a knife to a gunfight? But let me rewind it, because we're not bringing knives to gunfights. We're bringing pieces of paper. We're pleading. We're sitting up here talking about we making demands, or else what the fuck you gonna do? Nothing. Ain't nobody scared of black people's demands. The crazy part is we don't really make any damn demands. We leave it up to everybody else to tell us what we should be doing. What I said in my video, for all of you people who got in your feelings and misconstrued what I said in my video, is that if you really want to see something change in this country when it comes to police brutality and police murders, you need to first and foremost understand that the root of the police is the fact that it comes down to politics, it comes down to laws, and it comes down to the structure of how the police has been created. The police are the biggest domestic terroristic gang in the United States of America. The fact that they can do what they did to Breonna Taylor and anybody else is based on those bullshit ass laws that are put into place. So right now, while our country is going through what we're going through, and while we continue to see the uprise of black people being brutalized by the police, being murdered by the police, and we continue to march and protest and go through all of these things, what I'm telling you is we're in election season. And if either one of these parties had any damn respect for us, let me say that again, because y'all motherfuckers hard of hearing. If either one, that means Republican and Democrat, because y'all was all in your feelings because I said something about the Democrats. If either one really gave a damn about our black vote, they would give us something of substance. Other than running around in Timberlands, dancing to Cardi B, showing off your nappy edges, and then going on a breakfast club like Biden did, telling black people when he got asked real legitimate questions, instead of answering him, this motherfucker told us that if you don't vote for him, you not black. So now you got a motherfucking white man that's been in Congress and for fucking what, 46 years, calling black folks niggas, and now he telling people who the fuck is black and who ain't? And if you don't ride with him, you not black. And you didn't feel disrespected? You a dumbass black person if you didn't feel disrespected when you heard that. And if you didn't, you should go look that shit up. So you got both of these parties. We're in the midst of what's going on right now. Don't you think that it would behoove them to give us some police reform? If they're not talking about police reform, then what the fuck are they talking about right now? After all the uprising in this country and everybody's tired of what's going on, why wouldn't either one of these parties turn around and give you something, right? Oh, hold on. We got somebody in the house. We got trolls. See, I'm used to YouTube. I do trolls too, baby. Angela Harris said you not black. Bitch, you don't know me. You don't know what the hell I am. You don't know what I am. I'm not black. I love how you people come on here trying to tell me what the hell I am and what I ain't. I'm not black. That's your response to everything I just said that was facts? First of all, I am black. And second of all, bitch, if I wasn't, why the fuck would that make anything I just said not true? You's one of them dumbass black folks I'm talking about, bitch. You want to say something else? Matter of fact, would you like to be invited to this live? Do you want to come on? See, because Meeche don't be on Facebook because Facebook censors my shit too much. But we can go ahead. We can go ahead and play that game. See, because I'm real good at that. See, YouTube don't let you do that. Would you like to be invited to the party? Let me go back and find your name. Let's have a conversation, sis. You so quick to run your mouth. You want to come on? Would you like to? Huh? No? That's what I thought. Then shut the fuck up then when I'm talking. On my live. Bitch, go get your own page and start a live to see who want to hear what you got to say. That's what I thought. You don't want to come on here and say nothing to me, so keep that shit in the motherfucking comment section. So understand this. We're getting upset about me bringing up shit that have to do with goddamn Democrats, but Democrats have been busting your ass since the beginning of time. So the thing is here, you don't think that either one of these parties ought to be promising us some damn, some reparations, baby? Reparations. Where the reparations at? ADOS in this motherfucker. Where are the reparations for American descendants of slavery? Where they at? Are we talking about reforming the police? And then if they do talk about police reform, what kind of police reform are they talking about? Because if you don't get to the root of what police reform really looks like, it doesn't look like that bullshit they telling you. Well, you know, we're going to retrain the police. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Let me tell you what real police reform looks like. Real police reform looks like causing police officers to have a much higher degree before they're able to be a police officer. So therefore, you have to pay them more money. Requiring police officers to have a greater level of education. You can't continue to send police out to places where they ain't had no damn training about how you deal with people. They go to people's houses all the time when people are having mental breakdowns. They just killed a brother because his brother called the police and said he has a mental disorder. He is having a break right now and he tripping, but don't kill my brother. The man is naked. The man is babbling. The man ain't got no weapons, and they put a bag on his head and they smother his brother to death. First of all, police shouldn't be dealing with people who have mental disorders. So therefore, you need to go and get either trained in how you deal with these people, which would be called more education. You should, second of all, have a much greater criteria for people to become police. They should go through psychological background checks and services to make sure that they don't have any fucking mental disorders like narcissism, right? People that are narcissists love to become police officers because now they're the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and that badge makes them go way too far. Third of all, you should not have police officers policing communities where they do not live. Fourth of all, police officers should be taught a strict code of rules. See, police officers do have rules they're supposed to follow. And whenever the fuck they step out of those guidelines, you will find that they will give somebody a settlement. They'll give you $12 million. They'll give you $6 million. But what they won't do is hold the police accountable, send them to jail, take their pension away if they break the rules that they are supposed to follow. See, but if you don't want to talk to me about that kind of police reform, and the biggest thing of all would be revamping the whole entire police department, because your government and the FBI has already told you that they have done a study, and in that study, the KKK and white supremacists have infiltrated the police force across this nation. So first of all, you should start with revamping that. How many police officers have we heard stories about that got Ku Klux Klan licenses on their wall? They got all of this stuff that you could go find if you just went and looked and you allowed them to be police officers. How come in some of these states, people can be police officers at 18 years old, 20 years old? You don't even have your reasoning developed in your brain until you are 25 years old, which means you are running on emotion. If you cannot legally drink liquor, why the fuck can you legally be a police officer and decide whether you get to pull out your gun on somebody or not? Understand that's the culture of police, because police are really a gang. They are a gang. They have a blue wall of silence. They don't snitch on one another. They terrorize people. And when you are looking for people to recruit them into your gang, what is the first group of people you go after? Let's be real. You go after young people. So they want to let young people in and become a police officer after you go through a couple of weeks of training, but you don't have any college education. You're not old enough to buy liquor, but you're old enough to carry a gun if you done gone through this training in a course. When you are building a gang, you want young people because they're very impressionable. Let me tell you what happens in the police department. People come forward in the police department and they're like, oh, I'm going to come in here and make a difference. And then you realize you're a part of a gang. And at the end of the day, then you find yourself saying you're a good cop, but you stand around all day and watch bad cops commit crimes and you don't say nothing about it. And then you begin to learn that what you began to be is not really what you thought it was. And now you become a part of the problem, even if you thought you were going into it so that you were making a change. That's like you saying, I want to deal with gang violence, so you become a gang member. That doesn't make any sense. So understand, if these are the things that are going on right now, you don't hear any of these politicians talking about this. This is that surface shit. They give you everything else that sounds good. They give you everything else that they want you to hear other than the shit that they should be talking about. And let's have a conversation really quickly too about Trump. And I'm going to say this, and some of y'all are not going to like it, because we are way too damn reactive. We're way too reactive in our emotions. And again, when it comes to politics, a lot of you as black people, you just continue to talk junk about Trump because of what you hear everybody else say and the media say when you do no fact checking yourself. So let's play this game of the less of two evils. Let's play that game. But as for me, you can't give me a plate of shit and a cup of piss and then ask me to make a choice. I don't want either one of them. I don't want either one of them. So y'all can play that game of I'm going to vote for the less of two evils, right? I'm not. You play that game if you want to. But let me tell you something. The less of two evils, right now, we're looking at Trump and we're looking at the Democrats, Biden. Trump would actually be the less of two evils right now. Now, before anybody gets upset and get in their feelings, oh my God, did she just say that? I did. Now, I'm telling you, both parties is full of shit. But if you really look at the history of both of these people, you have 46 years in politics with Biden. You have all these years in politics with Kamala. You know that they haven't done anything for black people. Matter of fact, they've actually done things to damage black people specifically. You getting upset at Trump? Trump is the less of two evils. Since Trump has been in the White House, Trump has done nothing but try to tear down all the other politicians. If you knew anything and did your research, you would know many years ago, Trump on camera actually said that he thought that politicians were stupid. Right? He said, especially the Republicans, they were dumb as fuck, and he talked about them. And now he's the president and he's a Republican. And ever since he's been in the White House, he's been doing what? Opening up indictments on motherfuckers, calling other politicians to the table, trying to get their ass arrested. He is trying to take people out. He's actually in there trying to get rid of all of the crooked motherfuckers in there. That's really what a lot of what he's doing, right? He's done a lot of things, and like all of y'all that are black and y'all was like, why is Trump building the wall? Fuck that wall. I'm not mad at that wall. Why are you mad at the wall if you're black? See, this is why I say you get caught up in all of your feelings by watching the news and regurgitating everything you hear everybody else say with no substance. If you understood that immigrants that come into this country are taking from black folks, you wouldn't have a problem with that wall. Build the motherfucking wall. Other than the fact that I kind of feel that they building the wall to keep us in, not really to keep people out, right? Somebody says you sound like Angela Stanton. Fuck Angela Stanton too. I don't rock with Angela Stanton. And again, Charles, here y'all come with y'all dumb asses. I'm going to ask people on this live, please, to listen to what the fuck is being said. Angela Stanton is telling you to vote for Trump. I didn't fucking tell you to vote for Trump. I'm telling you facts. I said that if you're going to play the game of the less of two evils, that Trump is actually the less of two evils. I didn't say that he wasn't still an evil. So stop hearing what you want to hear and hear what I said. I'm so tired of motherfucking people doing that shit to me. Get the fuck out of your emotions. Hear what I'm saying and not what the fuck you want to hear. Everything I just said is a fact. Black folks out here running around crying with people at ISIS. Oh, Trump is so evil. He got them people in tents. Them motherfuckers done came across oceans and seas. They done fucking slept in holes. They done traveled for 27 days to get here. And them tents they living in is better than the conditions that they damn left. The next thing is, you know why your black ass can't get no reparations? Because they spending millions of dollars every year on immigrants who don't belong in this country. So if you okay with the immigrants taking your jobs because you're not willing to work for as little as they are, and then you wonder why black folks don't have jobs, then I guess you wouldn't understand why the fuck nobody should be mad if you black at Trump for building a goddamn wall. So see, we don't tend to understand what the truth of the matter is. Go back and look at Obama. Obama didn't do shit for black people. He played the hell out of black people. And y'all thought he was gonna save us because he was black. He didn't do a damn thing for us at all. Trump is the lesser of two evils, and let me tell you why he's the lesser of two evils. I didn't say he was your savior, so get out your feelings. I said he's the less of two evils because of this. Trump's focus is not on tearing down black people specifically. It's not. But if you look at the Democratic Party, they have actually enacted specific laws over all the time Biden and Kamala has been in office. They have definitely enacted laws that specifically fucked black people, specifically put black people in the situation that they were in. You can't say that about Trump. All you can say is you don't think Trump is doing enough for black people. Trump's not doing anything for us. That's what you can say about him, but point me to what the fuck he's actually done to tear down black people, because I can point you to a million things that Biden has done, Kamala has done, the Democratic Party has done, period. So if you're a black person, I'm going to leave you with this question and then I'm going to go. Because I usually don't even be live on here. This is why I don't. They probably going to flag my shit because it says something about the immigrants. I don't fucking know. It's probably an immigrant on here right now. They about to be mad. They probably going to block this shit. I ain't going to be able to post for a week. I don't give a damn. So as black people, are you okay with the Ku Klux Klan? I need an answer to that question. For people who keep trying to say that I'm telling you to go vote for Trump or you're mad as hell because I keep telling you the reality of the Democrats, are you guys okay with the Ku Klux Klan? Would you like the KKK to be the ones that are serving you what the hell you need in politics? I need all of y'all to go and Google the history of the Democratic Party. And you will find that in one time in this country, black folks actually used to be Republicans. The KKK was birthed out of the Democratic Party. Now, again, I have to clarify this for people who gonna hear what they want to hear, not what I said. I'm not telling you there aren't any white people that are Republicans that aren't in the KKK, or that they're not down with white supremacy, or that they're not racist. That's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is the history of the Democrats. If you go back and look, that's where the KKK started, baby. So I want you to go study that. And then simply Google Biden's video from many years ago when he said, we already got one nigger mayor. I do a really good impression of him. That's exactly how he sounds in the video. We already got one nigger mayor. We don't need any more. So you go vote for the man that called you niggas. You go vote for the man that says we don't need no niggas in politics. You go vote for the man who's senile as fuck, can't even remember his name half the time, and who told you, if you don't vote for him, you not black. You go right ahead with your dumb ass. You vote for him if you want to. And I'm tired of y'all also telling me this. We can't keep sitting out voting. Y'all say this shit every election. If we don't vote, it's just gonna get worse. What fucking country do you live in? What country do you live in? What's gonna get worse for black people that we're not already dealing with right now? Y'all say this shit every election year. I heard Steve Harvey and a bunch of other people talking about, if you upset about the Breonna Taylor situation, you better get to the polls and vote. That's a fucked up thing to say. Let me tell you why. Because there's not anybody in politics right now offering you something that's going to deal with the same things that got Breonna Taylor murdered. They're not offering you anything to fix those situations. So how the fuck is going to the polls going to fix what happened to Breonna Taylor? Or the many black Botham Jean, or George Floyd, or Philando Castile, or Sandra Bland. How the fuck is it going to fix that? But we use that all the time. Get to the polls if you want to do something about it. That's not going to change anything. Black folks, y'all really think that if we don't vote, or if we vote, something's going to get better for us, or it's going to change? You do know they just use our black asses like everything in this country. We use as commodity and disposal. And the Democrats use us year after year to get us to come and give them their votes so we can put them in the power. And when they get in the power, they do nothing but fuck you. Raw. With no Vaseline. So if that's what you all about, then I'm going to need you to take your your house nigga ass on down to the polls and go ahead and vote for your master. Go ahead and vote for him. Go ahead and vote for the overseer, either the master, because that's what it's really coming down to. Somebody said voting for Ogun juice. Y'all gonna shut your ass up. So, do what you want to will with that. But get off my page talking all of this crap. Y'all getting all your emotions when it come time to voting. I'm going to come back after the voting is over. Somebody says, you're really misinformed. Oh, wow. I'm informed, Philip? I'm misinformed, Philip? Everything I just said, you could go Google. You're misinformed, and you're in your feelings, and you're in your emotions. Go and find it and show me where I'm wrong. I have a post from a video I put earlier, so I'm going to need you to go and get all of the proof of how I'm misinformed about everything I just said that you can go look up, and then go ahead and put those references in that video so I can go watch them. And if you do that, not only will I cash app your ass, make sure you put it in there, $500 motherfucking dollars, I'll come back and do another live and tell you that I'm wrong. Other than that, shut the fuck up. Because you're speaking out the side of your neck. You're not speaking in no fucking truths. You're misinformed. So you go ahead and give the fucking Ku Klux Klan your vote if you want to. I'm not voting for neither motherfucker. Because ain't shit gonna change whether you vote or you don't. If you vote for the Democrats, the one thing that is gonna change is that you're gonna find black folks in a worse position once you put them back in power after all the shit they've already done to us. So you're gonna run your ass down to the polls. Or better yet, sign that shit in your mailbox that's probably finna be tampered with anyway. I don't understand how y'all tell me voting works. I'm gonna leave y'all with this and then I'm gonna go. Voting works, right, y'all? Let me reiterate this. I'm not misinformed, so go look this fact up too. We all voted in the last election, did we not? Black folks, like the dummies we can be sometimes, wanted Hillary Clinton to win, didn't you? Didn't you? So go look up this fact too. Hillary Clinton actually did win. Me in this video the same way I started it. She got literally the majority of the votes. Trump won because of the Electoral College, which means that if you win certain states, they give you extra votes. Those extra votes come from not real people who don't have to live as citizens in this country. So if your vote counts, tell me why the fuck you can vote, and even though if one candidate literally gets more votes, somehow they can still lose. Let that sink in. Y'all have a good night.